Hey guys, Jess from Knockout Print Shop, and today I wanted to do a different kind of video with you. I'm going to do what I'm going to call a reverse plan with me, or kind of like a month in review. So I know a lot of people, like some people like plan with me, some people don't, and I wanted to find a better way to kind of show how I do things and give you guys some inspiration on how to use stickers and how to use your planner without having to do just like a traditional plan with me. Partly because I know, well, they can be helpful, sometimes they're long, and I have a tendency to do the same thing every week, so it's not always super exciting. And personally, for me, from a productivity standpoint, doing plan with me actually makes it harder for me to plan. So I have a tendency to kind of like not feel as productive as far as like, I'm kind of focused on like talking through the video. And even though that feels natural to me, ironically, like it still is difficult for me to kind of sit there and do my thing and reflect because I'm talking out loud the whole time. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to try this and see how this goes. And I will sprinkle and plan with me's here and there. And I'm not one of those people that can do like a fake plan with me. Like that's just not I'm not good at pretend. So we're going to do this. I'm going to review. This is the end of January right now. I'm filming this on like the 28th, I think it is, or 29th. And I'm going to go through my month of spreads and kind of show you what I did. I'll show you my mission board, stuff like that. All right, so January 2019. I typically don't use the mission board. I think I did like the first month of the first year I used Inkwell, and then I kind of was like, no, I'm not gonna do it anymore. But I'm like, okay, new year, let me try to play around with this thing. Kind of at a different point in my life, maybe this will work better. So basically what I didn't use any stickers. I just was thinking about some of the things that I wanted to work on. So in me time, I put practice French daily. If you're anybody that's interested in learning a language, the Duolingo app is awesome. And my goal has been to work on French. I took French in high school, and it's fun. It's like a fun me time thing to do. And learning the language is supposed to make you smarter. Be social. This is something I really want to work on this year, but with Matt and I moving to Tennessee in May, we're really kind of being a little bit of hermits right now. We don't want to reach out too much and make too many connections and build friendships here in North Carolina, knowing that we're going to move to Tennessee and most likely stay there. Not that you can't still communicate with people on social media and phone and things like that when you have friends in different states, but we don't want to put too much effort into being super social until we kind of are a little bit more planted on where we're going to be. So for right now, my social thing is I want Matt and I, we've talked about focusing on like doing at least like something fun outside of the house because we are in the house all the time working from home. So that's my social thing. My home thing was keep my plants alive. I'm like all about plant life right now, urban jungle, and my kind of home thing is to really learn how to be good at not killing plants. Then in health, I had put two things down, and when I wrote my goals, I was kind of focused more on more things, and I don't think I gave this as much thought, but I'll explain that in another video. So I put down meditate 5 minutes a day and practice my GMB training 3 times a week. I didn't do the meditation thing at all. I have the Headspace app and bought it finally in December. I was like, I'm going to do this. I totally didn't do it. And so we're just crossing that out because that did not happen. Fail. After a couple weeks, I'm like, I felt too stressed about even bothering with it. I'm like, I'm setting myself up for failure. Just forget that goal, move on. And so practice GMB. GMB fitness is a body weight, like calisthenics, locomotion type of training that I'm super interested in, finding ways to move your body in a more playful, fun kind of way. And I purchased their programs, and I actually have been doing it 6 days a week. I didn't realize the program was 6 days a week, not 3. And so I've been following the program and done it, so that's fine. Financial, it was going to be, we put a standard amount in our IRA every month, and we do put in savings every month, a standard amount. So that was going to be the focus there. So this one was kind of like, in a way, an afterthought because we already have a plan in place for that. Dream big was doing 1 step a week to launch my podcast and business. I just kind of left that blank. It seems silly when you're a business owner to leave your business goal blank, but that's for another conversation on how I approach that stuff. So let's go through my weekly spreads. First, we have our monthly. Look at this, guys. So I'm not, I don't use my monthly a ton, but now that we have our plant stickers, I do use it. So this is my way to keep track of my watering schedule with my plants. So I have all of these different plants that we have the stickers for, and so then when I water them, I put them down, so then when I'm checking on them every day, even if I'm like, oh, this guy could use water, when did I water it last? And this will help me like kind of figure that out. So I use it for that. I use it for our batches to kind of just keep track, even though I know they're every Friday and they're in order and we have them in an Excel spreadsheet. I kind of use it for that, and I'll make a note if we did anything, like last Friday we had a flash sale. I put the holiday down. I also mark, now this month I mark my contacts on that. So I'm going to do that throughout my month so that I keep track, so when I do my weekly spread, I can look back and go, oh, is this a new contact week or not? I had used a little TV just to show that Shameless was back in season. I love that show. And then these things here, the little flags, I do some online coaching with some of my own former members from my old gym, and this helps me keep track of what week they are on their program and when I need to create a new program for them, and then also when they pay for their training. So that's that. That's just a little decorative sticker. And then I have when some quarterly bills were due, my 2018 quarter 4 income tax and my 2018 quarter 4 sales tax. Got my hair cut that day, so put that. Sometimes I like to flip through and be like, oh, it's been like 3 months since I cut my hair. So I have that. I don't even put the appointment in there. I just put that I did it. And then I threw this here, the new Post-it note, because I was just testing them out as February newsletter, because I thought, well, that's a good one to use to say when I'm going to send out the newsletter, but this is not the actual day I'm sending it out, so that's totally irrelevant. I kind of use this section. I do and then I don't. I put a few things down here that I wanted us to focus on. I don't know. We kind of did that and we kind of did it. So I don't know if this is not a good place for it or what of these reminders, but do you guys use this? Let me know if you use any of this part. I don't use my monthly view or any of my planner really for financial stuff. I know a lot of people use a monthly view to keep track of bills. I don't do my bills like that, so I don't have any of that stuff. Mostly it's like business stuff, newsletter, when we do sales, keeping track of different things, and now plant life. Okay, week 1. So this was the week of New Year's. I used our decorative functional sampler. You can see that here. So at this point I was dividing my day in 2. Today was going to be the top half where you have like kind of time specific things or outings like or things that weren't work related. So I put meal planning with that, grocery shopping. I needed to write Matt and I's personal program. So just using some functional stuff. I do remind myself of most of my bills are on auto pay except for our rent and our health insurance. So I will use one of these in the weekly for that. Used a box, layered it with the haircut for my haircut. Used the farmer's market sticker to remind us we had to pick up some food from one of the farmers. And then you can see down here, I just used checklists and some hexagons to create some running to-do lists. And then some bigger events, I used half boxes for, like newsletter, writing programs for clients. I had used one of these because being an online coach, clients send me videos that I review and send them feedback. So I kind of put like the client in one side and what I needed to do for her on the other side. This week I had also put my daily activity, so my kettlebell training and walking in here as the first strip of daily boxes. The second strip I had used to mark my GMB training, and that was pretty much it. I did not feel like in a groove at all week 1, so it's kind of like a cluster. I never use this section. Do you guys use that? I don't know, something about this, I just don't do it. I always put it this week and a next week over here just to make notes of things I need to do that aren't necessarily time specific or day specific, and then a lot of times I'll just transfer that to the day once I'm done, once I'm going to do it that day. And then next week I just had written a note to change my contacts. So pretty simple. Oh, and then I had my little lunch date sticker because that's like the only thing that we do that's kind of like out of the house and date like, and then my time to plan. Those are my standard guys. Okay, so that was week 1, kind of a cluster. Week 2, I started to do this new layout that I used for the remainder of the 4 weeks left in the month. So I broke my section before the daily boxes into 3 sections. I created a top 3, a to-do section, and a today. And that way this kept me kind of focused on these top 3 items that were like my priorities. So I used the top 3 header, I used a 3 ombre checkbox, and put my top 3 tasks in. Then the to-do section was kind of like for everything else. I used the money The savings guide is to indicate money things. I have a couple money tasks I do every Monday. I use the TV to just remind me of this little Instagram training I was doing. I use the hexagon $ for my taxes. I like using these double arrows just to bring attention to different tasks. The phone to call one of my friends. Matt and I had a meeting, so I used this little skinny label. I like to use the envelope guide just as an email reminder. Scallop box, just as this, we had to move some of our gym equipment out of the gym we were working out at to the house. Now we're working out at home, so that was that. So this is just kind of like random to do bigger things that I might want to use more than one line to write. That's kind of that to do. My little contact dude, so that I don't forget that. And then the today stuff is usually more home related stuff, things outside of the house, stuff like that. This tends to be work. It is work. There's pretty much most of it's work. So we got Monday, make my sourdough, like, so my different baking things and cooking things, my kombucha. I always use my meal plan and my grocery. And then I put my fitness stuff here in this, like, today section before the daily boxes. Then I use this kind of for random. So the first strip here was kind of like either house stuff, random stuff. This was like a little what I needed to buy at the store. Then I used the second column, or is that column? That's a row, right? For the GMB training. And then this was kind of miscellaneous again. And then of course this week and next week. I didn't even do that. I transferred that to the next week. Layered a stripe box here with lunch date and time to plan. I always put that just because it's cute. I haven't been using weekend banners, have I? Okay, so let's go to the next week. So this was monochrome, you can see. This was like holy colors. That makes me kind of like overload, too many things. This was my favorite kind. I love to alternate a gray with one of the colors from the palette. So we got gray and the pink from Cinnamon Bay. Did the same layout as the week before. Top 3 with the ombre 3-box check boxes. We got the today section and the to-do and the today. This time I alternated the headers. That time was all the same color. You can see again, I'm using the video icon for videos, doing some research on stuff. So I used the little, you know what would have been good for researching? Because a lot of times I had to research or get ideas. I could have used the little computer because I wasn't actually writing things. I should have used the computer icon. Note to self. This guy I use every week on Mondays, like I said before. Then for like bigger things, Matt had to go take some pictures for our butcher, so that was that. We had a coffee meeting. I like to use these kind of shape stickers because they take up more room and allow me to go, okay, well, you can't do a million more things when you're going to be doing this appointment-based thing or time-based thing. So that helps me not try to do too many things. Again, email using the envelope guy. I love the solid arrows too to just bring attention and kind of indent things. So my sourdough stuff, my sauerkraut, so all my like food baking stuff here. Again, you see the same meal plan and grocery shopping. This is what I used this week for the batch 16 release. What did I do for here, the batches? Just a little email. Couple little extra to-dos. I used the hexagon striped little guys, another farmer's market, another thing for the lunch date. And then this week I used the top section kind of haphazardly. Some of it was for coaching stuff, which I've now kind of dedicated this to coaching stuff. You'll see in the next week. Some house related things. This was for, again, like more random, like whether it was deliveries of things we ordered, extra financial stuff. So these have kind of just become random boxes that don't have rhyme or reason. And then the GMB stuff was on the bottom. Same here with it this week and the next week. I totally forgot I had already put Shameless down here and created this after the fact. So I really wanted to remember to watch Shameless clearly. And then this I was just testing out a sticker, so that's why that's doubled up. But very functional, just different sections. So that was that week. This is the third, fourth week. We're in the week of the 21st now, so you can see I have a similar layout, but I used bubble headers. When I picked these two colors together and I started laying them down, I was like, why did I pick like baby shower colors together? This literally reminds me of like a baby girl and a baby boy baby shower. I have no idea what compelled me to put these two colors together. They look fine, but it just doesn't scream Jess. So you can see I did the top 3 bubble headers, the to-do bubble headers, and the today. So this time I kept the headers the same and used the secondary color for some of the other icons and things. So this time I alternated. I used the 3 heart check boxes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those tend to be the days where we have more like specific to top 3 to-dos. And then Tuesday and Thursday technically are more design, creative, free-flowing days. So I decided to try using different icon stickers. So like order material, use the exclamation, create listings, use the like star for priority, and then ship orders was like an asterisk. I used the little pen icon for this day, create listings, and then when we filed our sales tax, I used the skinny label. Again, you see the piggy bank guy, email there, the little arrows to indicate different tasks, and then I just check it off there. This was an appointment with a client. Obviously uploading my video, finalizing the newsletter, remembering to schedule my Instagram post. I use a little hexagon exclamation point, use another one there to remember to follow up on the sales tax. And then this time for my baking stuff, I use the scallop quarter boxes. You're always going to see the meal plan and grocery on mine. And then down here I put a bill, some more coaching. So this line pretty much got used for coaching last week. Shipment, things I needed to buy, take care of the plants, some home stuff. So this kind of became like home here. And then you got the GMB training. Again, played around with the little post-it note, missed plants. There's no reason it's there other than I was playing. Lunch date. I took this actually and I wrote podcast cover photo before we had made this sticker. I'm like, I'm just going to turn it sideways so it fits. So I love our new little camera sticker. Another farmer's market pickup. You can see I did really good with walking. I shouldn't even put these stickers down anymore because it's just defeating. Lunch date, and then my this week and next week. So that was my baby shower colors. And then last but not least, let me take this ruler out. This is the current week. Is anybody else's ruler just looking like it's gonna die at some point? Okay, so let me take off my, this guy too. All right, so this is this week. We're in the midst of this week. So again, I use bubble headers. This week I use gray and the darker green or teal, I guess you would call it. And instead of using 3 heart check boxes like I did here or ombre check boxes, I just used the striped hexagons, mini hexagons to create lists. So you can see that there. This guy's is the same kind of thing. We're putting these bigger to-dos in here. I needed to put the little microphone, but I didn't have it in Cinnamon Bay in my drawer, so I need to pull one of those sheets out of our inventory. I use the striped half box for when we're going to launch batch 18. I use the striped hexagon for lunch date. And then this top, this is a lot of messy handwriting. Sometimes I just need to write things down and I don't pull out stickers. So this is my kind of coaching one here. A little more coaching there. Again, some like random stuff, orders coming in for Amazon orders. I wanted to do my January reflection, so I kind of put that down there. And actually thinking about it, I kind of put that up here. Sheets and towels, and then GMB training, and then my this week and next week. And then that is it. I started using these guys this month too, our little insert, and I like this much better. I never, ever, ever remember to flip back here. You can see I tried to do that because I was like, oh, I'm just going to try and see if I can make it work. And I just totally forgot. So I did use this, and this was a lot more in my face and helped me. I like this better actually than Habit Track. It's Habit Tracker stickers that I used to put over here. So this has been much more useful for me personally. And now when this video goes out, my batch 18 release will have gone out, and you'll see we also now have them vertical, so they're not horizontal. You'll see they're half sheets. Oh yeah, I have a bill right here. So that is January's reverse plan with me month in review as far as weekly spreads go. So let me know what you guys think of this. If I'm talking too fast and trying to go over too much, and you prefer like a regular plan with me, let me know. I will do maybe that once a month, but again, it's really hard for me to process things with like intently and productively when I'm also like engaging with you guys on camera. I have a tendency to forget things because I like to kind of plan when it's quiet and I'm thinking about all the stuff I have to do, and I can kind of flip back and forth. So I'll do it for you guys if you like it once a month. I'll do a plan with me. But I think this may be more helpful because you can kind of see more layouts. And kind of before I hop off, because I know this video is literally 20 minutes and you're probably like, okay, I stopped listening 10 minutes ago. I think I'm going to try a new layout next month. I'm not sure I'm going to stick with this section situation. I have a new idea that I'm going to play around with. So I can't do it on a plan with me first time because I'll just totally screw it up. So if you want me to do another one of these month in reviews or something like that, then that might be more useful to see my new version of my new layout. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. All right, guys, so that was my month in review. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there's any type of videos you would like to see. And I will see you guys in the next video.